What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni, and welcome to a new video, or maybe video series even, depending on you, I guess, which I call the War Robots Academy, in which I want to help you guys become a better War Robots player, if you're interested, by explaining to you what course of action I do in certain combat situations and why, okay? What I spot very early on that helps me a few seconds later, for example, or when I conserve an ability use and not use it, even though it makes me take more damage at first, to then be more successful and survive the next situation that I've already seen coming, for example, okay? There's a lot of stuff that we can do, and obviously, I'm not saying all my decisions here are perfect. Don't get me wrong, guys. I was just playing the game as anybody else would, and I was unable to pause the game and you evaluate option A and option B and then make a decision. I was just playing the game and making quick decisions as anybody else would, right? However, I caught myself thinking so much. I realized how much I'm actually putting thoughts into every course of little thing, and I thought, hey, maybe you guys want to know a little bit about this, and are interested to hear these kind of evaluations of certain combat situations, right? And that's what I'm trying to give to you guys right here in this video, hoping to help you out a little bit, and yeah, maybe I will. And if it's so, that would be very important to me, guys. If I was able to even just one little tip and trick, or you just found it entertaining, then please consider subscribing to the channel, guys, if you haven't done it yet, and hitting that notification bell as well. One more thing that I also want to say, I also see a lot of comments from you guys in the videos that I made, saying, hey, you're running Mark II stuff a lot. I could do the same thing if it was that, right? It was even a comment under my 3.2 million damage video. If you haven't yet seen it, whoop, there it is for you to click on it, have a look. I'm sorry, I gotta say no, you wouldn't, because that means you have to do 2.7 million damage with a Mark I, okay? And I don't have, this is a very rare thing. You don't do 3.2 million damage simply because you have Mark II, alright? But let's just forget this for a second. I just want to get you guys a really cool combat analysis and tips and tricks in this video, and also keep in mind what I used for it is my own account, the skirmish that was going on. And the good thing about this is, and that's what I was kind of waiting for this skirmish to come up, it has medium range, long range, it has tricky stealth robots and everything, and most importantly, everybody has the same conditions. Because everyone has the same hangar exactly, okay? So there's no advantage. You don't even have any modules, active pad, nothing. Just your robots, everybody with the same weapons and level, and that is the best condition. And this part of the video right here with a Mercury, where I take apart the entire enemy team with this just one Mercury, that's just the intro, okay? We're going into very robot-specific and situation-specific situations now, and yeah, and just explain what I think about it. So, I think I'm getting destroyed now from a Hell Drive ability, some Mercury that I did not see jumping on me. Where is he coming from? Boom, there it is, yeah. Came from my right. So, yeah, we've gotten here 10 kills, 1.5 million damage in Team Deathmatch in this skirmish. So, let's jump into the first real battle that I feel like I have a lot to explain. I'm not taking the beacon on our base. I'm deciding to go with a fast robot, right? With stealth, so I can have a chance to capture the center beacon. I see a Tulumba Spectre walking with 500 meters range at me, so what I know is he's going to open fire exactly now. So that's why I did choose to go around the column to the left now to dodge most of his rockets and empty his magazine already a little bit, okay? That will save me some damage later because I decided not to use my stealth ability because he wasted a couple of his rockets already, and he just doesn't have the necessary firepower anymore to kill me. So I can capture the beacon, and since there was no other threat so far, I kept the ability, and now I need it. Now there's a full pursuer coming in. His ability, my ability outlasts his by 2 seconds, because he started his stealth 2 seconds earlier, so I knew I would outlast him and can kill him. Now I've killed a robot of the same strength, and I've captured the center beacon successfully, and we kept it. So now I am allowed to spawn on it, okay? The Vortex Spectre, meanwhile, is low on ammo, so I can already risk a jump here and find an even more attractive target that I can either force into an early stealth jump that he doesn't want to do, or deal a lot of damage to him. So I choose him and even kill him because I had some support. Now, very important, my stealth ability is already gone, okay? I landed on the ground and I'm having it done. This Spectre who killed me before. And this is something that will happen to you guys too. It will become personal at some point where you say, oh man, you killed me, I'm gonna get you, okay? This is just a human thing and you're gonna have that too. And I have it as well. So I was gonna go for this Spectre and I realized he's now using his stealth ability. That means when my stealth ability is ready again and I use it, I have a good 3-4 seconds left until he won't be able to use his, okay? So let's keep going right here. Remember that? Here's a pursuer in front of us that I can help take down. Now I'm regenerating my rockets a little bit because I need to be able to take him down in one go or do as much damage as I can. I'm waiting for the right opportunity right here, ignoring everything else because I'm human and I want to get the guy who killed me before. Now, my stealth ability is ready right now. I activate it and that means he's not going to be able to stealth for 3 seconds or 2, and I've put him a full hit in, a full salvo. He's almost destroyed, and he was unable to stealth in that time. He came out too soon. And I knew he wouldn't be able to stealth in time. And now I regenerated enough ammo to kill him in one go, and done. So, now the revenge has been taken care of. I see this guy is jumping up, so obviously I'm going back into cover, not getting myself destroyed. Unfortunately, I was unable to deal damage to him while he was in his vulnerable mode. One thing more, learn the symbols, ladies and gentlemen. It is very important for you to know what each symbol stands for. What's the stealth icon? What's the anti-stealth Quantum Raider icon? So you don't activate your stealth when the enemy has Quantum Raider active. What is this icon? It means he is now using his 3-weapon mode, which you deal 3 times as much damage to him when he has that active. What's the corrosion damage symbol? Don't confuse corrosion with lockdown. If you confuse those two, then you may be surprised that your enemy is actually able to walk still, right? Learn the symbols, know what they stand for. Very important too, it helps you out a lot. Now we have a Ares coming in later, and I immediately stealth jump because I know he's got Corona and Halo on it, and getting locked down means instant kill for me. So I couldn't risk it. I need to instantly stealth jump the next possible location where I could ever jump into. Thankfully, he was busy doing something, firing at somebody else, so I could take him out after his shield came down. Now, this guy has now entered his resistance mode. There's no point firing at him. So what I do, I save my ammo. And since he is looking into a different direction, I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't realize what I'm doing. So I'm just walking in, not giving away my position, and reloading my rockets to be full for the next situation when he tries this. Because now I'm actually doing 3 times as much damage as I would have done if I had fired at him. And if I had fired at him, he would have also realized and turned around and seen me try to capture the beacon, you see? There's a lot of reason and not to fire at someone even though you could. In many situations. Now, it's very important that I've seen this Mercury coming. Either he's obviously coming for me. Maybe I killed him before and he's going for a revenge, which I've done before, you know? Or maybe I'm just the closest target to him. It doesn't matter. What matters is I have seen the guy. I've seen him coming to me and I know what a Mercury will do. So I'm killing this Falcon here with the last shot and I'm walking distance. More and more distance here from the Mercury, and because I have seen the Mercury early on, I was able to get enough distance between him and me to outlast his stealth ability and also to not get hit by his Hell Drive explosion. Now, one more thing, Tulumbas have a really good splash radius. You can hit him without him being able to hit you by walking backwards and corner shooting him, right? Just back off behind cover and corner shoot before you do this. Eventually, he's fast. You may have to actually use your stealth jump, but landing on a higher platform, and this is maybe also another trick. If you have a stealth robot, try to land on something higher or lower than your enemy is, because this way they won't be able to just fire in their general forward direction and still hit you. If you're higher than them, there's no chance for them to target you and hit you. They will just fire into the ground below, you know? So, a lot of situations already, and I'm probably gonna get my voice cracking today because this video is quite long and I think there's a lot more coming I want to show. I see this Ares right there. Knowing when to ditch your bot. These shots that I've done right here, they serve 2 purposes, okay? Purpose A, I've done a little bit of damage to him and put some pressure on him. And purpose B, he had to activate his ability and his shield. And this is the time when I know now is a good time to jump into another robot. I've captured the center beacon, I will be able to jump into a Mercury that I've saved myself, and that's what I'm doing very fast. The shield is still active, that's how quickly I switched. He's still in his weapons mode, but now I know his ability is done, he already suffered some damage, and he won't be able to do anything. Now, I noticed the Spectre jumping towards me. Great opportunity for me to get to kill 2 birds in 1 stone, if that phrase still goes here. Basically getting both of them with 1 jump and also stop taking damage at the same time because of the stealth ability. Unfortunately, I was very unlucky with one thing coming up here. I'm getting the Ares now, but I'm triggering the landing, but I glitch. Here's a little ramp. And I wanted to explode here and get both of them here up on the higher ledge, right? Once again, trying to land on a higher platform so that your enemy is unable to target you or shoot at you. Unfortunately, I glitched from this ramp down onto the ground and I explode too far away. I get the Ares with the explosion, but the Spectre hasn't been hit. That would have happened if I had landed here to the left here on the higher platform. Oh well, didn't work, but it's okay. I'm still seeing the next Spectre who's, I don't know why he was using his stealth so early. He shouldn't have done that. He thought he could get me with it, I guess. But obviously now I'm going to be able to stealth jump him. I'm actually not killing him immediately. I try to have a look around myself because this is intuition, or how could we call it? A situational awareness, I guess. This is what you really need to know what's going on around you. If you want to be able to survive your stealth ability, your cooldown, to get the next cooldown running, so you can use your stealth again, you need to be aware of your surroundings. And so even during fights, I'm constantly looking around to try and get some intel about the situation and just some information, right? Alright, we were able to kill this guy, and there is another Ares coming in right there. I'm trying to hide myself, I don't want to get locked down. Keep in mind, a Mercury player cannot get locked down from an Ares. Getting locked down by an Ares means you're dead, because during the lockdown, you cannot actually jump or stealth. The Spectre can still trigger his stealth when it's locked down, but the Mercury cannot, because it's bound to this jump, and when he's unable to jump, he won't be able to even stealth, right? So lockdown against an Ares is death for a Mercury, so I walked around. I'm not risking anything right here. I'm just waiting out his ability, and then I come out, and important, now I'm not using my stealth jump either. I'm not doing it because, who knows, after I kill him now, maybe he's going to spawn right in front of me. It was Beacon Rush, and if he has another robot, as Pursuer or whatever, he could jump in here and just kill me if I am unable to protect myself. So I risked taking a little bit more damage from him. But I also knew I was going to take him out because he has only shotguns, and now I kept my ability. Fortunately, no further enemy just spawned in, but I would have been ready for him if it would have happened, okay? So, and to prove and show you guys one situation where exactly that kicks in, we're gonna jump here onto Castle, where this Mercury in front of us killed my teammates, and most people would now jump on him. He is in jumping distance, he is locked down, as you see by the symbol above. Most of you guys, I would assume, would now trigger the jump. From my experience, most players would do that, okay? But this would allow me to kill him losslessly. I wouldn't lose any health, and I would kill him flawlessly. But what would it mean for me to kill for afterwards? I'm thinking ahead. I'm trying to... I know I won't kill him easily, because he has used his Ember ammo before killing my teammates. His halos are not fully recharged, and I'm having the first shot at him before he turns around. I know I will be able to kill him regardless, even if I don't use the ability. Not using it means I have it still when I need it again. And in this case, I expected him to spawn again. So here comes a 100% fresh Mercury. Pursuer. What would I do if I didn't have the ability? I locked him down, I jumped at him and got him with the explosion, and now I killed the same person twice. And I still am really good on my HP because of the stealth and the jump, right? So, conserving the ability in the right time is very important. Sometimes you take damage not using it, but it's going to make it worthwhile later. Alright, so the Pursuer, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump into the Pursuer. The Pursuer is a hunter. It has two purposes: capturing beacons with its stealth, being fast, and hunting down enemies, like for example the Ares, running into that shield where he can't stop you from bypassing his shield. This is one thing. Or being quick about it, just running around trying to find some victims that are not aware of you. This is a very important thing. In this case, I'm running behind the entire base, trying to come from behind, and I'm literally behind 4 players. No one of them sees me here. I'm picking a really weak target first. I'm picking the Spectre with Tulumbas. And he doesn't even do anything. So what I do now, I know the Spectre is in stealth anyways. I won't be able to kill him right now. And this guy just activated his weapons mode. The Spectre has used all his ammo. He is not a threat to me right now. The Tulumbas have very low DPM, damage per minute. When they recharge, it's very low damage that they comes out of it. So he's not a threat. This guy in front of me, however, just dropped his resistance. So every damage I do against him right now is 3 times more valuable than it would be if he doesn't activate this mode. And I'm so close to him with shotguns. So I'm like, okay then, sir. That was the worst possible time you could have ever chosen to activate this mode. Boom. Kill him, and then boom, 2-shot kill him here as well. Because, like I said, the Spectre wasn't a threat anymore. And when I just wait a few seconds, he's going to be out of stealth. So I have already killed quite a bit of enemies, and I'm still at 50% health. There is a same robot coming in. Now, one thing you need to know. While you are falling, you cannot trigger stealth. A Spectre, an Inquisitor, a Pursuer, while they are falling, they can't enter stealth mode. So there is a really good chance this guy is right now hammering his stealth ability, but it's not working because he's falling. I, on the other hand, has activated it, already drained his health by around 50%, and maybe, let's give you guys some target practice too. War Robots is a multiplayer game, and you have a little bit of lag and a little bit delay between certain situations. That means, even with weapons that do not really have to travel far, Tyrants, for example, they arrive instantly pretty much, but you still have to kind of pre-aim a little bit. You're going to aim half a robot in advance, okay? I can show this to you right here. I'm here. This is the perfect aiming, okay? For this distance. The middle would be here, but I am aiming here to the right corner of his robot because he's falling, for your perspective, to the right. Okay, and a little bit of the internet connection and mobile device and all that around the world means that you kind of have to compensate for a tiny delay. And that means you're gonna aim slightly ahead, and that even goes for laser weapons that would otherwise immediately arrive, okay? Even Tyrants. At longer range, at 300 meters range, it's more obvious because you're going to, well, then they aim for themselves. But this way I was basically able to kill him instantly, or basically down him to 30% health before he was able to activate his stealth ability, which he was probably hammering on like crazy, getting annoyed by the fact that it was not yet running. It's because he was falling and he couldn't activate it. You need to know that too, obviously. He should have activated the ability before he jumped off the ledge, you know? So, another robot killed of the same strength without really taking any damage. Now, I see a threat. I see a jumping Spectre with 500 meter range Tulumbas, and there's a really good chance that while he's right now not looking at me, he may try to get me as soon as he realizes I'm here. So what I do, I walk towards him, suggest he could maybe fire, and the second I see him turning towards me, I make a leap to the right. Okay, to dodge all his shots, to A, drain his weapons of any firepower, and B, make it be wasted, okay? Here he's looking at me, so now I go full to the right, and it works. Look, he's fired the whole salvo to the left, and he hasn't actually hit me once. The right time to turn around or make a little U-turn often makes a difference of many thousands of damage that you could have avoided by just dodging rockets or making them do something here. Of course, I also ran in, let's go back a little bit here. I ran in with a stealth ability, but I escaped the situation as soon as I realized a Mercury is able to jump and my stealth is about to drop. So I retreat back, and I'm trying to make the best out of this robot, right? I could just drop in, die, take another one, but why if this robot is still very deadly? The moment I would consider dropping the robot out and switching it to something else is if I have lost weapons, for example, or if my legs are damaged, or I only have one light weapon left. Then I would probably switch to a new robot, but as long as I'm deadly and dangerous with a stealth ability, there's no reason for me to change the robot and still try to do my very best. In this case, I'm trying to conserve HP by corner shooting the guy who's locked down right there, right? Trying not to expose myself to his firepower and just corner shoot. And I was also occupying this guy so that my buddies could damage him in the meantime. The Mercury is still there, but he's not paying attention to me. I may as well just keep my stealth ability unused at this time. And then I see an Ares, for whatever reason he activates his ability. He may have thought he was gonna get me, I don't know, but his stealth is now gone. He has also used all his built-in weapon firepower. That is a good time for me to activate my stealth. Unfortunately, he will be able to hit me a little bit because he was at the same level, but my stealth ability goes for a long time, and I was able to drop in with the help of my friends and now attack the Spectre. This Spectre fired before. Even though I'm at low health, I knew I would be able to kill him because he's going to have very low damage output now with low ammo. But he's gonna have some backup, and I was absolutely not aware of these two guys now spawned in on this beacon. So I'm dead. But I think I've been able to show you what the purpose of the Pursuer is. To capture, to be a hunter. That's the two things that you do with this thing. So try to make use of it. 1 million damage, 1 beacon only captured, but the most important one in the center in my opinion, and also 9 kills. So, jumping into another situation right here, also with the Pursuer, showing you what you should not do, using something that the enemies do, okay? The Pursuer gets faster when he uses his stealth ability, okay? But that means you're gonna have a long cooldown to use it again, and that's what the enemy's doing right there. These two guys are Pursuers. I didn't know that yet, but I'm knowing now. First off, this guy's running with a stealth ability, okay? That means it's a Pursuer in this skirmish, and he's already using it just to be a little bit faster. It's just not worth it. And I see here, aha, another Pursuer ran around, and he also activated stealth. I'm having the hiccups right now. He also activated stealth. So what I do right now, I'm outweighting their stealth ability, and I'm corner shooting them. And now I'm coming in with my stealth ability. The third Pursuer also used the stealth. It's currently running, so none of them have any stealth anymore, okay? I was able to drop this one Pursuer fully easily with they can't fight back. I'm in stealth, right? So they shoot at something else, and I was able to drop the second one also with the help of my friends, and the third one, and I'm at 100% health still, and we've gotten rid of 3 Pursuers. Why? Because they used their abilities just for getting somewhere faster, rather than saving it for the ripe opportunity. So, the next part of this video is called Play Your Range, okay? Because you're gonna have a lot of chances playing your range well, or not so well, right? In this case here, I'm activating the 3 tridents on this Falcon robot, and knowing that I could splash this Spectre around the wall. Boom, I got him. Then I realized, okay, there's an Ares. This Ares is trying to get me. Alright, so I have 600 meters range. The built-in weapons on the Ares have only 500, and the Corona and Halo that he's using is also only 500. It is very important not to get locked down, so never get in 500 meters range. The Falcon is really mobile, the Ares is really mobile. They're around at the same speed, so if I run backwards, he won't be able to catch up to me. And what I do right now, I'm putting some pressure on him at long range with just the middle weapon. And in this setup here, the center weapon is not there to deal damage. The center weapon on this Falcon here is there to force enemies into early stealth jumps, to put pressure on and force them to use their stealth, their shield ability or whatever. This is what they're using for. It's not used for dealing damage. Damage, you deal with the other ones then, with the real damage, okay? Right now, I'm just trying to put some pressure on and see how he reacts to it. 600 meters range, he's got no way to shoot me. So shooting him, and it worked. So he entered his shield ability, and he's coming closer. And it's also one more thing, if you outrange your enemy with your sniper weapons, and you know he won't be able to catch you, get closer to them. Allow them to think they have a chance to catch up. Allow them to think that they get in range when they need to. Because that will trigger them towards you, and they will try to do this, but they will fail because you have already evaluated the situation and you already know, A, they have no chance to catch up, and B, if I'm staying here, he thinks he's actually able to do it. So that's what's happening right here. I'm staying at under 550 meters range, making him think he can get to me in time. Then I'm activating my additional weapons, and now he's done. He's got no jump, he's got no stealth, he's got no shield, and he's completely vulnerable. And why was I able to do this? Because I was able to make him think he could get in range soon enough, okay? He only needed to get in 500 meters, that's all there was. So, let's try that again. There's another Ares right there. I'm shooting him, and let's see how he reacts to it. I'm staying at 530, 520, and that's exactly when he thinks, only 20 meters that I need to get. Well, and that's what he activated his shield for and tried to get to me. And as you see, his entire shield is gone, his built-in weapons were not unable to get me in time. Once again, the exact same result. So what I'm saying to you guys here, it actually works. It's not just a theory, it's actually working. If you outrange your enemy and you can make them think they have a chance to get in range, they will very often try that. And if you have already evaluated the situation and know there won't be a chance for them to get in range, then you're gonna trigger them to kill themselves pretty much, right? Alright, so that is one more thing that I also wanted to say. Triggering this Mercury, that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to trigger him for an early stealth jump. By shooting him once, twice, he realizes that, oh no, I'm already getting damaged. Dang it, man. I need to do something about it. And then he's triggering his stealth ability, and it worked. He also did it very early on because of the pressure that he felt. There was nothing for him to jump on, right? The only thing that made him jump is because I hit him and he was like, oh man, I don't want to take that damage, right? So boom, jumped, and the result is a free kill for me because he won't be able to do anything. So, we have an Ares coming in. Unfortunately, I'm locked down right now, but I know he didn't have his ability right there. He used the ability a few seconds earlier, but he's regenerating it. Now the ability is ready. So I'm triggering his ability. I'm hiding myself behind the cover. I'm just waiting it out. There's no reason for me. And once again here, many people would now stealth jump to the left and kill him after his shield drops to avoid being hit even once. But why, right? Why should I not take 10,000 damage and kill him and keep my stealth for when I really need it? Why not, right? In this case, I'm just waiting until the real threat is over. I'm coming in, I'm taking a hit, I don't care, and now I have my stealth still ready. I don't use my stealth jump unless I really need to, because this is my insurance to kill an enemy and to not get taken out myself. This is like a crash course right now, isn't it? There's a lot of things in there, and I guess most of them you probably already know. But maybe some of those were not familiar to you yet. That's what I'm kind of hoping, right? And it depends on your grade of experience, how much I'm able to show you that's worthwhile for you. Also, right here, I could, of course, use my stealth jump, but what do I know? Maybe this guy has another robot and he jumps with a pursuer right next to me next time. So once again, I'm taking damage for no reason, if you could argue. But yes, I still keep my stealth, right? And then there was nothing spawning in anymore, and I knew I could jump. 1.4 million damage, 4 beacons capped, and 10 kills. That was an excellent round as well. So, what do we have here? Yep, we have one more situation, which is also called player range. In this case, I'm just trying to try to show you how I play, for example, this trident thing. I jump backwards. I always jump backwards because the Spectre has 500 meters range, and I have 600. I don't need to get as close, and if you see here, all these rockets that he's firing explode in front of me. I don't care, I don't take any point of damage whatsoever, and I'm still able to fire my entire salvo out because the enemy because I've got 600 meters range. And I'm focusing not on the Spectre, I can't because he's in stealth. I'm focusing the Pursuer to trigger him to use his stealth jump. Boom hit, and boom hit. 3 big hits, that means he's at 50% health, and he has used his stealth ability. Alright, so the next guy of my team who's able to get him will kill him. Meanwhile, I'm trying to do some additional damage, but look how much, well, it's not exactly half. Okay, I didn't do half the damage, but it was okay. And my team is now able to put some pressure on the guy, and he no longer has stealth. And once again, 500 meters, boom, boom. Getting this Spectre out of the way, I know he doesn't have his stealth jump yet, right? Well, there it is. Okay, but I knew I had some time because his stealth stealth cooldown is longer than my cooldown to bring my 3 weapons left. And I knew that was the same Spectre, so I could simply fire 3-4 free hits on him, and I knew he wouldn't be able to stealth away from it, right? And I constantly use my my built-in weapons here. Once again, jumping up, jumping backwards, hitting this Pursuer very hard, 3 hits, and dealing a lot of damage. Walking away from the Mercury as well. And now my resistance is active again, and he can shoot as much as he wants because he will only do 1/3 of the damage he could be doing if my resistance wasn't up, right? He got killed right before his resistance, right before his stealth jump was back. And there is an Ares, very vulnerable as long as he has his shield drop. And I'm jumping once again backwards, trying not to expose myself to any unnecessary danger. And as long as I stay in range, why wouldn't I jump backwards, you know? And yeah, still keeping this robot. Who knows what's going to happen later? It's team deathmatch. Who knows if I use all my robots later? Unfortunately, though, I think some of my teammates aren't playing. Some of my teammates are... Oh, no, they're all... Okay, they're all here. I thought some of them have already dropped out of the battle. So, trying to look for the most important target, a pursuer that had used its stealth, is most important because it needs to be taken out before its next stealth jump comes back. I mean, that's a very obvious thing. Most of you will probably do this. But what I also focus on is when I see a Falcon activating his additional weapons. That means he's gonna take the full damage 3 times more as if he didn't have them on. So I immediately start focusing when I can. But what I even want to take more is a Mercury. A Mercury if I know he's a target, or a Spectre when I know he has no stealth. Those are the targets that I want to take out. Or to trigger their stealth early on, obviously, as I said before. But for example, this Falcon there, it's something I can take out really easily and deal a lot of damage to. I'm focusing him for a second here. One shot too much though. And I think it would have made sense to take out this Mercury also, but I've now got him. Okay. You can only fire at one target at a time, and right now there's a lot of targets opening up. I don't know what's going on right now. Shield active, stop firing when this purple shield comes up. The purple shield means it's an absorber shield from the Ares, Hades, or Nemesis, and that means the more damage you do to this shield during the time it's active, the more damage his built-in weapons on this Retribution robot or Retribution ability will do, right? So stop firing the second you realize, oh, purple shield from a Pantheon robot. The Greek robot pack, you know? Boom, I stop firing immediately as soon as I realize shield is up. And then I see, man, there's like so many Ares coming up right now. There's 3 or 4 Ares from the enemy team. And now I'm locked down. And of course, I'm not activating the ability now because that would mean I take 3 times as much damage. But you see, the screen is getting dark and this War Robots Academy video is over. And I wanted to say, and that's something I wanted to say also, in my opinion, skill matters a lot in this game. Of course, equipment is very important too. Let's not forget how much difference it makes. It's probably a good 50% to have the more powerful stuff. If you're much more powerful than your enemy, then for sure. Or 40%, who knows how much it is. But the thing is, you can play the skirmish, for example, are an excellent opportunity to play for free and have the exact same conditions with ever-changing things. And it's also something where you can practice how you do compared to other people, right? How your strategy and your gameplay has evolved so far, right? Making this jump here to the right, for example, to catch the Falcon and the Ares and the Spectre or whatever it was, and fire at the other Falcon at the same time who has his ability down and is taking more damage. There's a lot of things, right? So hopefully, let's get back to that deal. If you guys were just entertained, or you may have seen or learned 1 or 2 tricks and tips, it would be really insanely cool if you could, subscribe to the channel and like the video and share it. Share the video with your friends who play War Robots. Maybe they're gonna benefit from some of that as well, right? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, as brutal as a man can hit, for more. Thanks for bearing with me. You guys are awesome as always. Manni-Gaming signing off. Bye-bye.